Something very shocking happened recently. The US announced that it will withdraw its thousands of troops from Germany in order to teach Germany a lesson to not dare to criticize the US and its actions regarding the ongoing Iran-US tensions. In a stunning move, the Pentagon confirmed that it will withdraw 5,000 US troops from Germany. Officially, it's being described as a routine review of military positioning. But behind closed doors, officials are saying something very different. The real reason is actually very different. This statement traces back to one made by German Chancellor Friedrich Merz. Speaking about the ongoing US campaign against Iran, he didn't hold back. He said the United States had no coherent strategy and had been humiliated by Tehran. The Iranians are obviously very skilled at negotiating, or rather, very skillful at not negotiating, letting the Americans travel to Islamabad and then leave again without any result. An entire nation is being humiliated by the Iranian leadership, especially by these so-called guards, and so I hope that this ends as quickly as possible. The Americans obviously have no strategy, Merz said, speaking to students in Marsburg in Germany. This level of language shows rebuke and hints that US intelligence is far below Iran's, indicating that Iran is better in this game than the US. Trump didn't even plan properly before starting these ongoing conflicts, which are affecting the whole world right now. This is what can shatter not only the morale of the US administration and sow anger in already frustrated American civilians, but it can also shatter the propaganda of the US that the US had an upper hand over Iran in these ongoing tensions. The response from Donald Trump was immediate and aggressive. Taking to his platform, he lashed out at Germany. He told the Chancellor to focus on fixing his country, handling immigration, and dealing with energy issues, instead of interfering in America's so-called noble mission to eliminate what he called the Iran threat. The United States is studying and reviewing the possible reduction of troops in Germany with a determination to be made over the next short period of time. The Chancellor of Germany should spend more time on ending the war with Russia/Ukraine, where he has been totally ineffective, and fixing his broken country, especially immigration and energy, and less time on interfering with those that are getting rid of the Iran threat, thereby making the world, including Germany, a safer place, Trump wrote in a post. But to be honest, does any rational person in the world believe that Iran is an existential threat to the globe anymore? Everyone understands why and on whose instructions this conflict began, and why it benefits just one nation. All nations across the world are suffering and will continue to suffer until this madness in the Middle East ends. According to Pentagon insiders, the anger runs deeper. Germany didn't just criticize. They refused to support the Iran war effort. And in Washington's eyes, that's unacceptable. One official even described Germany's remarks as inappropriate and unhelpful. But Germany isn't the only European nation that has shown the US a mirror. Italy, too, refused to allow US aircraft carrying munitions for Iran to pass through its bases. Italy's defense minister rejected US accusations outright, saying they had actually supported maritime security and had cooperated where legally possible, but they set a limit and they refused to cross it. Spain Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez have already labeled the ongoing conflict and US actions as illegal, failure of brute force, and something they would not be complicit in. They even denied the US permission to use military bases for strikes. Then, too, Trump had responded with threats. He hinted at withdrawing US troops from Italy and Spain and even considering economic consequences. So, when another European nation, Germany, the one who was always standing with and supporting us, has stepped in and called our actions humiliating and a joke, it was but already expected that the US would indeed announce such a step. This shows that because of the US's irresponsible actions, cracks are appearing within the unbreakable NATO alliance. Even within America, there's concern. Republican Representative Don Bacon warned that attacking NATO allies is dangerous. He pointed out that bases in Germany are critical for operations across Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. And weakening those relationships could hurt America more than anyone else, because Germany isn't just another country. It's a strategic hub. It hosts U.S. European Command, U.S. Africa Command, major air bases and critical medical centers like Landstuhl. Even now, over 30,000 U.S. troops remain there, so withdrawing 5,000 seems more like a political stunt and a warning to European nations to stop criticizing the U.S., even though the actions of the U.S. seem extremely illogical. So what are we really witnessing right now? Allies are speaking out, and America is reacting aggressively, as if to show that they know they made a terrible mistake, but do not want anyone to expose this reality to the world. They are certainly engaged in a war without a clear direction, and the whole world is paying the price for conflict that the US and its best friend started without any reason at all. The conflict that was supposed to be over within a couple of days has been dragged on for more than 2 months. And in these 2 months, Iran has not only become stronger, but it has also shattered all the lies and manipulation of the Western media that was built over several decades. While the US is certainly not only losing billions of dollars nearly every day, but it is also losing the narrative and image of the good guy that it has built over the years. That's all for today. If you found the video informative, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Jazakum Allahu khairan.